And we are rolling with Diplo. How you doing, man?
Hey, man. How are you doing? It's Thursday. Is it Thursday?
Yeah, you're in LA, right?
I'm in LA.
I see. What time do you generally get up? Because it's like 9:05 right now.
I was up at like 7:30 today.
Really?
I checked the waves, if it was worth surfing, and it wasn't worth going up.
Does that help you wake up?
No, I mean, quarantine is a whole different lifestyle for me. I just go to bed at like 12, 1. I wake up every day at 7, get my work done. There's not much to do. I mean, I don't have any shows anymore, so I'm just kind of working on music and fixing up my house. I just moved to Malibu, so I'm fixing up a house here.
That, I imagine, is a pretty nice place to lay low for quarantine.
I think it's like my dad's visiting right now, and it really feels like a small town over here. There's like no city, there's no hustle and bustle. There's actually nothing's open right now. The only thing close to us is a gas station, so it kind of feels like back where I'm from in Florida.
That must be nice.
It's cool. It's a different lifestyle than what I'm used to. You know, I'm used to 200, 300 days a year on the road and not really seeing my home. So this is a new transition for me during quarantine to just be home and, you know, live in a house, actually. This is unique for me.
I imagine you're getting more sleep.
I don't know, man. I think like I can't get past 6 hours. My body just automatically wakes up no matter what I'm doing.
Have you been on the road continuously for like years and years? And has there ever been a break before this?
No, it's been like 15 years. You have breaks for Christmas,
Jeez.
You know. I have like children, so I try to take much time as I can. And I incorporate them into my touring, you know. If I had, like last November, I had a show in Nepal, and I brought my kids there, and I made them go to India with me for 3 days. Their mother was like so confused. Like, we only had vacation for 5 days. I'm like, this is all I got. But we're gonna go to India, we're gonna see Rajasthan, we're gonna see Kathmandu. I think it's worth it in the end. They're gonna remember those trips.
Yeah. Definitely broadens their worldview. I remember like the few times that whatever it was, like family vacations to this place and that place. From my own experience, that definitely makes a difference if you're able to travel. Just makes the whole world feel less claustrophobic. I might be more putting my personal preference on it though. I don't know.
No, I think that my kids, you know, they were only like 8 and 4 when I took them. I just think it definitely gave them a view of the earth being gigantic place, because a lot of people they don't even travel. They don't get passports in Florida. They don't even leave Florida until they're, you know, maybe they're 30. They go to the Bahamas or something.
Do you get out much while touring? Are there any exceptions to just the non-stop travel? Like, can you see a city?
Oh, like that's all I do. Like, I went to India like 4 months earlier than that for a cricket concert. Spent 28 hours in India, did as much as I could in Mumbai, went back to the airport and went to bed back on the plane. So I use my plane trips as my bed, and then I would just explore the world. You know, I don't want to waste any time there. I don't want to even be in the hotel room at all.
Okay, so that knocks out like a few just curiosities that I had, because I'm thinking like you're constantly on the road. So where in this time frame do you manage to slip in these projects and actually working on music?
If it's a shorter trip, you know, I can only sleep on planes if it's like a lay flat plane too. So right now, like I went to Panama, I did like a project there. I was working on the plane both ways there, 5 hours. I'm home in my studio now, so it's different. I'm working all the time, but on the road, if I'm in Europe, taking these little flights that are like 2 hours, like working on a plane or watching, you know, it's funny. I haven't watched any TV at all during this whole year. I feel like I haven't had any time.
Good for you, man.
I saw your show though, so I loved it.
Oh,
and I watched.
thank you.
What else did I actually watched? Raised by Wolves, which was awesome. I'm like
Us too.
Yeah.
That was so freaky when it first came out, and then
it was really good. I thought I'm a big Ridley Scott. I'm just into sci-fi, but I don't really get a chance to watch any like reality TV or any of that stuff. So
yeah,
like on the road, I might even download stuff on Netflix or Amazon. I just work on music. I'll just open Ableton and just edit things together, because I'm a producer that works with raw audio. I don't really track a lot of stuff in the studio. I use samples and raw audio and things that I find. I just manipulate the drums.
Got it. You're probably outsourcing for stuff like strings, I'd imagine, or anything you want to organically track, or probably vocals, because you're always on the road. Yeah,
there's so many strings. I mean, there's so many good plugins now. Like you can get really accurate strings, like Miroslav Vidas has this one plugin. I have like a Mellotron over Force up there, and there's so many nice plugins that have loops and bits and pieces. If I really need strings, I'll orchestrate on my computer with MIDI. I'll just send it to somebody to actually play it. There's a guy I know that works in operas, and he's always does string arrangements for me for the last couple of records I've done. If I need them, I don't really put a lot of strings on stuff. That's pretty dramatic.
Well, that was just like an example of, you know, you're constantly on the road, so you don't have time to actually track something with a microphone. Because I was curious about speed-wise, if you have these finite times, like are you quickly hopping in a studio with somebody and like someone's recording this and that, and you're managing, okay, I need all of these pieces and making sure that it all comes together?
Like guitar, I'm not a very good guitar player. I play guitar here and there, but if I want a guitar, I'll just be like, hey, my guy Henry lives in Nashville. He worked chords a lot with me. I'd say, give me like 4 options here. And he always comes with something I can use. So I got a good guitar player. I have a German guy that's my favorite mixer. He works here in my studio. So if I want to mix, I'll get pretty close to it. I'll send it to him to make it sound great. You're an architect if you're a producer. So I'm the architect. I'm going to sit back and orchestrate this record, but I'm going to hire the best roofer. I'm going to hire the best person to lay the floors down. I'm going to hire the best person to do the interior. I'm still the architect. I've still made this house, but there's going to be 10 people that are helping me that are good at what they do.
Well, it's very similar to what a director does in that you're looking to articulate a vision. And so you hire the best people, like the best camera department or people who you know can deliver a specific type of thing in order to make that come together. I'm curious with you and your travel, what's the relationship like generally? Because I'm sure it's different every time. What's the relationship like working with artists? What does that look like?
This last year, I've kind of cut all the artists out of my music. I've been doing solo records, like I did this country record, and I've been the artist. I've been like the artist on the record. I've done an ambient album. I've done a bunch of house records that are just me. But before that, living in LA, there's a rat race where you just go bounce from studio to studio. So I spent 10 years doing that and developing relationships with people that I love, that I constantly go to and write with, like, Miguel or Sway Lee, people I just like. It doesn't matter what project, we have a good chemistry. So there's always people that I lock in. And I found the songwriters that I love. The people that I always hit up, like maybe it's Andrew Watt or, it's going to be Ryan Lee, whatever it is. I know people that I have chemistry with them. So I'm at the point now where I'm not bouncing around working with new people here and there. I don't really feel like, I'm just thinking like, I want to do a country record. And this last year, I kind of took control and just did what I wanted to do and find the people that I wanted to work with.
Well, there you go.